my favorite vacation, when I was 11 years old, my grandmother, my mother, my sister, and me, we traveled the country. But we didn't do it on jets. We took Greyhound and the train. And I think twice we rented a car. And we stayed at Howard Johnson's. And if there was a pool somewhere, no matter, it could look like a puddle, it could be so small. I was so excited. And you know, you'd go to the ice machine and the vending machine. And, yeah, I was 11 years old. That was a big deal, filling up that bucket of ice, getting that soda. And the point was that your vacation didn't have to be fancy. It just gave you a sense of how you could spend time with each other. That was part of that American dream. And then the notion that you could retire with dignity and respect after a lifetime of work. That's the idea that got me into politics. Because my feeling was, given how much this country had given me, and given Michelle, I wanted to make sure that that same bargain held for the next generation. That it wasn't just about me, it was about making sure that every American had those same opportunities. And the interesting thing is, when I first started running for the U.S. Senate, let's say in Illinois, and I'd be driving around and we'd go to downstate Illinois and small farm towns, or sometimes we'd be in the big cities like Chicago. No matter who you met, they had those same stories in their background. They black, white, Latino, Asian, it didn't matter. They remembered their parents or their grandparents or great-grandparents, some of them immigrants, some of them brought here, not by choice, but each successive generation believing that this union could be perfected and that if they really worked hard and were able to overcome whatever barriers in their way, that they could succeed. So I ran in 2008 because I felt that that bargain wasn't reaching enough people. And the reason so many of you supported me in 2008 was because you understood that that dream was slipping away for too many people. That we had gone through a decade in which wages and incomes weren't going up no matter how hard you worked. While the costs of everything from college to health care to groceries to gas kept on going up. And people worrying that maybe their kids might not do as well as they did, when the idea was always that your kids do better than you do. And so that's what brought us together. The campaign in 2008 was not about a single candidate. It wasn't about me, it was about us. And our desire to make sure that the American dream continues for the next generation and the generation after that. The worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. Millions of people thrown out of work, folks losing the value of their homes. And so, in some ways, that dream seemed even further away. But you know, we've worked hard over the last 3.5 years to try to restore that belief that in this country, you can make it if you try. And that's how we were able to save an auto industry when some said, let's let Detroit go bankrupt. We said, we're going to bet on American workers and American industry. And now GM is back on top, and Ford and Chrysler are selling cars because we believe in that American promise.
This production has been brought to you by Image Entertainment in partnership with New Journal and Guide. Subscribe today.